I'm Oliver Trevena here with Young Hollywood on the set of NBC's Parenthood, about to go and interview the cast. Follow me. I'm here with the gorgeous Lauren Graham.
Why, thank you.
And you're the host. This is great. We've switched
I feel
parts.
very hosty, yeah.
I'm actually going to go on set of Parenthood in a minute and play Sarah Braverman.
Oh, good.
Yeah. How do you think I'll do?
I think you're going to be great. You have to have lots of struggles and not necessarily succeed at your job.
Okay. Perfect. I'm here with the lovely Mae Whitman and Miles Heizer. How are you?
Hey, good.
You're lovely too.
You're both lovely. You're both lovely.
He's not going to remember my name. I can already feel it.
Why would you think that, Miles? We go way back.
Yeah,
We went to schools together at very different times.
Thank you, guys.
And we're here on set of Parenthood. Did you ever expect that it would go this long when you come into a show like that? Is it?
I definitely didn't, just because I'd never been on a show that had gone this long.
Coming into a show like this, did you ever imagine that it would?
Well, I thought, given all the pedigree of the people involved, that we had as good a shot as anyone, and that if it was going to fail, it would be a classy fail. Okay.
In the show, Jason's also got his other show now, About a Boy, where Dax
based off my
Shepard,
favorite movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Good movie. Dax Shepard is crossing over.
Yeah.
Any other characters from Parenthood crossing over?
We've had, I think our main crossovers have been, with Friday Night Lights, which happens to be my favorite television show, which is very cool. Yeah. My big campaign has been to get Tim Riggins on the show for about all 5 years of this show. I'm like, if we could just wrap it up with Tim Riggins and Amber, I think that would really make me feel good.
If you could cross over into any show, what would it be?
I would be Elizabeth McGovern's long-lost sister from America on Downton Abbey.
Brilliant. I could see that happening.
Yeah,
we can make that happen.
I know.
Yeah.
I also really love The Americans. I don't think I'm tough enough to be an undercover agent, but I'm working on it.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Mine would be depressing and be I would play myself on Chopped as an amateur guest judge who knows nothing, who likes everything.
And you've had some interesting guest stars on Parenthood as well. CeeLo Green, right?
Oh,
yeah. That's quite a. You don't hear that thrown around in the world of TV shows too much.
You do not.
I was pretty surprised to hear that one.
If you could pick any guest star. Any guest star.
Did I mention Tim Riggins?
Yeah. You did, obviously, you said that.
Sure.
I think you mentioned him a little bit, so much, in fact, Tim has a restraining order now.
Did I mention Benedict Cumberbatch? Yeah. I'm just throwing things out there. What about you?
And I can't think nothing.
Any celebrity crushes?
It would be cool to get Kitty on here, this
Kitty
girl we
Pryde.
know, Kitty Pryde, who's a rapper. That would be exciting.
Tegan and Sarah?
Oh my God, that'd be so exciting.
Look at that, see?
Yeah.
We live together, so I'm kind of the brains of this.
I love that. I love that. I love what you're doing with your hair as well.
Thank you.
I'm kind of jealous.
Flirty mood.
Well, Miles could do that as well, but I can't.
He could do it with his bangs too.
Yeah.
He always twirls his bangs.
This is great.
He needs to cut his hair.
Is there an episode or scene that sticks out as being the most challenging?
There's a scene where I had to fight physically with Mae, and she sort of pushes me down on the ground. That was really hard.
Fighting, crying, it's got it all.
I mean, it's crazy.
It is. It really is an emotional roller coaster watching this show, which it must be the same thing to be on it.
It's just like life. You go through such waves of. There's people are always like, you cry so much, and I'm like, yeah, I just broke off an engagement. Somebody I thought I was going to be with forever. That's what happens.
Right.
I go through times in my life where you cry so much and things are so painful, and then you go through times where you're spending time with family and you feel okay and stuff like that. It's just I think it's really true to the waves that people go through together. But
yeah, and everyone here is really open to us kind of interpreting things different ways, so that I feel like it feels really real, we're really reacting in a way that seems like how we'd react in real life.
Do you think that's the means behind the success of this show? Because people watching it can be like, oh, I've been there.
I think the show has a special kind of reality to it that it seems like whether you put us up against, a football game or the Victoria's Secret model show, the same people watch it.
Right.
That's been interesting to me to see. We really seem to have a kind of a core audience, and we're very thankful for that. And yeah, I think there aren't a lot of shows that are just about people. There's a lot about crimes and doctors and, firemen.
Yeah.
And those are good shows too.
Right.
But I think, for some people just like a show about a family, and that's us.
And you're Drew and Amber Holt on the show. This season, you're going through a breakup. Sorry about that.
It happens.
It's never good, but it does happen. This is real life. Parenthood is very real to life. And you're in college.
That's true.
Which is better than, I guess, more of a happier season than last season. You had a lot going on.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
there's
better
still
than
some
abortion.
sadness.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's awful.
Are you happier this season so far?
You mean as a person?
As a person, is it nicer to come into set?
It's been a very great year, yeah.
Okay, good.
In general, but yeah, it's definitely way different. I guess my character is a bit more of like, I don't know. I guess it's been a bit more of like an adult character this year, so to speak, which has been fun.
Sarah does have some issues, doesn't she?
This has been a better year for her. She's finally kind of settled into a career that seems to be going a little better.
Right. Photography.
And
you're enjoying it, obviously.
I'm enjoying it, and it allows me, the actor, to carry a camera all the time on set, which is fun because I sort of like to be the staff photographer anyway, and I've been keeping albums of the years of the show, so now I can do it in character as well.
So you were into photography before that?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, it's funny because I wrote a book last year and everybody was like, did you get that idea from when Sarah was writing? And I was like, no, I had it myself, but there do seem to be parallels.
Has there been any point when Jason, the scripts get handed out and you read them and you're like, oh no?
Sure. I mean, I think mostly the times that those things happen is, when you become so invested in a storyline, and then, you see it changing and you're sort of sad for sentimental reasons. I mean, I remember, when I sort of started to become aware of the dissolve of me and Ryan's relationship, I was like, no, I wanted this to work and blah, 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 but, so did they. And that's what happens in real life.
Is it nervous when you get given the script? Are you like, what am I going to find out? Or is it more exciting?
Yeah, both. I mean, May does a thing where she will give me like the rundown before I've read it. She's like, okay, and then you come in and you're all like, what is going on here? Like she acts it out for me, which I really enjoy. But yeah, I'm always curious to see what's going to happen.
And there's always a bit of a love triangle with you, isn't there? There's like men coming at every corner.
Sarah has dated so many more people than I ever did.
I actually expected a man to walk in mid-interview. There's men always around you.
I know. I can't believe it. I had sort of pitched the idea that she's, which sort of happened this year, that she doesn't date anybody, and sort of makes a pledge to herself that she's not going to, which she kind of did, and then ended up dating Josh Stamberg anyway. But yeah, so I don't know.
And Jason Ritter does come back in for an episode, right?
Jason Ritter comes back in at least for one episode, and yeah, I think, but her love life is not really settled yet.
Right. All this confusion going on.
I mean, just like life.
And your breakup,
yes.
Yeah.
Difficult time. I mean, again, this show is so cool that it does let the characters like grow and change and have those changes stick. So I think it's really painful and it's really sad and horrible, as these things are. But I think she's also has enough of a perspective that she's sort of gained at this point for what's best for her and where she wants to go with her life, and a sort of sense of her own independence that she'll sort of be able to pull through.
But it's very an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
To watch, which it must be the same to acting.
Occasionally, yeah. It's so funny because I started in comedy and I never thought I couldn't even get auditions for 1 hour drama when I first came out here, and now I feel I've had every human emotion that exists. And yeah, on this show in particular, I mean, it's about, the ups and downs of people's lives. So sometimes it can be very emotional. Where
would you love to see your the Holtz go, the Drew and Amber? Where would you love if you could write your own storyline?
I mean, for me, I think Amber's getting to the place where we sort of have seen her, go through a big life-changing love interest, and she's, in a career she's really happy to be in, and I think she's on a really good track. And I mean, something that's always intrigued me is like if she got pregnant, because we haven't really seen like a young pregnancy go through on this show. And like I feel like that would be a really interesting take and bring her closer to all the family members, and stuff.
Is that because Dax Shepard didn't want any crying babies on set?
Who knows? Yeah, I mean, I would love a crying baby. I would be like, they wouldn't be able to pry that thing.
Be careful what you wish for.
Not here, right? Just here. Yeah, Miles really wanted to keep the baby. We love babies. We have like a whole
set babies. They're the best. Yeah. You're like crying and
that's right. Switch them out.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. I think it'd be cool to see Drew. I know he's like in school right now, which seems to be like a very stressful thing. It'd be cool to just like find something he really likes doing and like get invested in it. Yeah, I think it'd be fun to get a job.
What would be your dream job on set?
Oh my god, it's too hard. There's
a chef.
I can't even imagine. It would be cool. I know it'd be fun. This is like just selfish because she's like my best friend, but it'd be fun to like work together.
Yeah.
This was a pleasure. I love this. I love this whole love.
Thank
you can just feel it coming from you two. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it on set.
It's too much.
Well, we're wishing the best for Sarah Braverman. This season seems to be a happier time.
Yes.
And still the men coming. You can't stop that.
She's irresistible.
She's irresistible. Look, I mean, I'm practically moving my chair.
You're next.
Along as we.
You're
ready?
You're coming
We're going.
on to the show next.